I know that a lot of your work and a lot of your service, if you will, you've told me offline, and then you've also spoken this every time I've heard you speak, is getting this body ready for this shifting in not only in consciousness, but also this body in its physical state ready for these changes. And I notice that there's a lot of crazy things going on. You're hearing every day. We're going to talk a little bit about children here shortly. I know that's one of your areas especially, but I noticed that there's a common denominator. I always look for patterns, and I see that children seem to be under attack. Somebody goes berserk, they go into a classroom, kill some children. Somebody goes berserk, they kill all their biological children and kill themselves. What is it that's going on in the nervous system, or what is going on with the physiology?
These lectures that he would give and others would give about consciousness and awareness and whatnot, and how to level up and figure out what's really going on, and then be passing around, right? It was similar to when the WWF used to go to different towns, cities throughout the country, United States, and they would film their matches, right? And then they would pass this tape around. Same thing with Bobby Hemmett. He would go to different cities and have study groups about esoteric subjects. A lot of it was the occult and whatnot. And they would film it and then pass it around, right? You can buy it. Interesting thing to talk about, especially origins, or even if it's real. Yeah. But when you're not doing it with people in good faith, it becomes very messy, and it can be very
you know
what I mean?
Thing too. I mean, you see it in jails, like the races stick together in jails, and it's like because they're broken down to their most tribal resources. They don't have any other options, so they just kind of stick together, you know?
Yeah, fear and that tribal shit comes out because it's a fearful, dangerous situation. It's very logical. I would disagree with you a little bit, NPC, being
go ahead,
being here all my fucking time. I need that race conversation. Whenever it comes up, I'm going to try and push and do it for another half hour, because the reason we can't get rid of racism and shit today is because no one will even have the conversation. The conversation doesn't look like, you go with yours and black versus it doesn't look like what you hear on TV and shit. It looks more like shit you watch, the way people from totally different backgrounds get along and all of that type of shit. And you'd have to tell how you are tricked by these things and they're not real. And the biggest part is, it sucks, but there are different levels of this shit. Like a caste society, there are people at the bottom, the dark skins or the ethnic, and and all of that bullshit. There is a level. If you're not at the bottom, if you get a nice little chunk off the table, you don't have a vested interest in fucking looking out for the immigrant or for whoever's being oppressed at that fucking time. And so these niggas will be comfortable for, I don't know how long it's been now, but they're willing to be comfortable that entire time. You go back, I'm sorry, we're talking about race. You go back to the 60s, they was like, it's fine, everything's equal. Everything's equal. Everything's equal. Everybody's cool. That racism is a thing of the past. Right. It's never ended because motherfuckers keep doing that weird shit.
I think there needs to be some type of fine line, because on one end, it doesn't, I'll say for me, it doesn't matter, but then it does matter. And sometimes it's easy to say for people like, it doesn't matter. For the people who does, it's like a slap in the face.
Yes, I understood everything weird, you said.
But then again, but you don't want to, as a person that does matter too, because you want to change it for the better, it becomes sometimes it's ruminating and looping and looping, and nothing gets done. I'm addressing some things. My friend told me that before. She told me that. She said, what if we're already dead here? We're just playing things out.
And God is lonely. That's why he created you.
I'm eye-opening when stuff like that happens, man.
You might have been, important in high school, but I'm important now,
Right. They're doing that Uncle Rico, like their whole, back in my day, we want state. That's the pinnacle of where they came from, man. Do you think this world we're living in is a school? Supposed to learn and level up? What do you think's going on?
That's so funny, because I had just watched something. It came out of a movie that was saying saying, like, yeah, you have a whole bunch of lifetimes, right? And it's just a learning experience. And depending on how much you learn, then you get to go either stay away from Earth or ascend to something I don't even know. But yeah, I believe so, because I feel like we're old souls, right?
That's right. Yeah.
I feel like we were born knowing something already, and we have this intuition about the world, and that's how we navigate and made it to the places where we've made it. Right? Some, I know people that say they don't even dream, or like you could just see it in their eyes. It's like, is there even a soul there? So.
Yeah. No electricity behind the eyes. They're like dead. Yeah. I remember going to Daly City to your house, and then there's one in particular time. I'm like, "What's up, man? What's new?" You're like, "Let me show you something." You're like, all like excited and stuff, and you showed me this video about the Anunnaki, and I never had heard of that before. And it was around the time I started to study about the Mayans and stuff. And then I watched that video, and I was like stargazing and shit. I was like, "What the fuck? What was that?"
Kind of weird, right?
No, it's kind of weird, but you know what? To be honest, and I said this before, attributed to you, it kind of like sparked me on this quest for more knowledge, like this ravenous quest. That video. Now I don't know if that really happened or not, but that did it for me.
I would say the same thing, because then it just opens up other avenues. I haven't been like too into all of that stuff, but yeah, like you said, it was like the gateway.
It was the gateway, yeah.